All right, let's see if this works now. I've reset modems. I have messed with sound. I've tried a few things here. I don't think it's internet. I think it's actually the platforms themselves. I think they're messing up today. Because let's see if that works out though. So clear. All right. Hey, I want to try something real quick. Let's see. Can you hear? Can you hear my voice change? All right, I'm going to turn on so I can tell. I'll hear myself for a second, but I want to try something. Okay, this is just goofing off with the soundboard. I want to see if you hear it too. Okay, so there's a sound changer that is attached to my board. Okay, I'm going to change my voiceover. I'll hear it, but I want to see if you hear it. Okay, it'll sound creepy. Okay, I changed one input, but here we go. Check this. Can you hear like a different sound? I don't know if you can hear that. Could you hear the weird sound change? I don't know if the voice change comes through a voice thing. Did you hear that? All right. All right. I was playing with the soundboard too. Again, this is a great way to mess up your stream for the day. So if but I still want to have a stream with you guys. If you enjoy the content, by the way, make sure that you support the channel for sure, especially on days like today, because I pretty much I put together a good show for you, and I kind of want to laugh at a couple of things for you today. Yeah, it was creepy. Yeah, that's listed as clown voice. What's really weird is there are scarier voices in that too. There's some pretty good ones. I do want to mention something to you folks today, though. And I want to, I kind of want to bring it up. We were talking yesterday about all of the. Thanks for coming back. Thank you, Emmy. I will do my best. By the way, I know there were 12 super chats earlier, and I will do my best to recover. Like I said, I apologize. I shut everything down, deleted, started because I don't want to give you a subpar show. We need a good show. We do. If we can't have a good show. Sometimes there are going to be issues that pop up here and there, but if it starts like trash from the beginning, then we reset, and if we can't get it right, then you know what I mean. Like we got to do it. But there was something I kind of wanted to bring up for you. Okay, so check this out. Now we were talking about the turtle sanctuary, and we were talking about the lumber yesterday. That we had delivered. You remember the lumber? For our wonderful turtle sanctuary. You remember our lumber here, right? Now, there were some questions about the lumber and how we're storing it. So I want to, I want to show you, I can't help myself. I want to show you what the links we've gone to make sure that the lumber has actually been situated and is being taken care of. So here's the lumber as it has been stored. Oh God, John, just a second. There seems to be a difficulty here. John, get that turtle out of view. Okay, there we go. Yeah, so as you can see, we've gone out of our way to make sure that we have taken care of our lumber. Like I want to make sure that everything, and again, this is perfectly maintained, sculpted area that we're keeping our turtles. Only the finest place, you can see. Yeah. Some of you might say that looks overgrown, but I'd tell you no. And I also heard a little bit of feedback saying these probably aren't new pictures. So I wanted to go out and take brand new. John. Okay, so maybe we did have a few issues with storage. John, get those turtles out of there. Okay, so as you can see, everything has been maintained properly. It looks perfect. Everything is perfect. We are not using pictures from 2022. Exact same picture. You can tell. That's why our 501c3, our turtles, they are 100% safe. Those were decoration. They were not our turtles. So just so you understand. Rio, baby, what happened? There was some weird sound problems, so I clipped it back over. So we're testing, we're playing, you know. we're gonna have some fun today. Sticks, those aren't sticks. That is wood paneling, my friend. That is actually for our new barn dominium. You didn't realize that, you know, that is our $100,000 barn dominium that we've been working on. I realize, like, to the untrained eye, those may look like sticks, but see what we did actually. I'm gonna show you like how we've been working on things. We decided we'd expand the premises. Look there. Look in the back. What do you think? Now, when you look at that, you might think, boy, that looks like two dead turtles. But no. That's the untrained eye. Those are decoration. Those are decoration. we are expanding because of all the wonderful things that we talked about yesterday that we need to work in. We are expanding our premises here. We also have to keep this stonker from being able to look over our wooden fence. I mean, of course, you know, then again, that's a $20,000 wooden fence that you're looking at in the front. And you know, all that wood that I showed you, that's another $150,000 wood. So also, it would be going pretty well though, but for some reason, when we had our GoFundMe, it seems like we can't access all of our GoFundMe funds. I don't know why. I've tried contacting the person that had that, you know, that put it all together, that had our $175,000 in GoFundMe money, but I don't know. But as you can see, there was no fault on our part because we have maintained the wood. We have maintained the turtles perfectly. It is all perfect. I was like, man, you know, it'd be fun. All the stuff we talked about, I'm going to have to expand this project. So I really did expand it. I'm working on it. I was looking at it today. So we're going to expand it out the back. Oh my God, man, it is amazing. There were super chats last night. I was like, you know what? They need to go for a good cause. Yeah, they need to go for a very good cause. Yeah, I didn't know if you knew tonight, by the way, that Lynette has actually been answering stuff yet again. That's right. Let me pull that up. I think I closed it. So give me a second. Lynette is now telling us that this has actually become fun to keep up with, you know, because every day there is something wild and different to it. But every day, oh my God. So check this out. I'm going to pull this up on the screen for you. If you look here, oh Lord, these people, man, check this out here. So of course they have their sales, you know, you can see, why don't you buy our stuff? But when you roll back through, look, you see stuff in the middle of it. It's like, what here? You are an idiot. I hope you read this. Sending old pics to Fish and Game from before the first time we were called on, and allegedly a tortoise died when they knew our new layout doesn't look like that, and our tortoises are very much alive is absolutely hilarious. Then you call CPS and tell them I got bit on the hand and was bleeding all over and touched HG without washing my hands. Do you really think all this is believed by them? It's a fake report. Well, first of all, here's two problems with this. If this is a real report, yeah, people should not do that, obviously. But CPS also is not supposed to tell you that. You said, "Oh, I know who reported last time." If they actually are telling you and they're breaking down reports and stuff, they are also in violation. They are absolute jackasses. You know, they are. They're absolute jackasses. And again, if any of this has any truth, but I do notice every time there's a problem and something comes up, then we suddenly hear more about that, right? We suddenly have deflection against what has been going on in the last day. Well, what's been going on in the last day, you might ask, by the way? Well, interestingly enough, there's been the talk about the auto-revocation list. There was actually more to it. That's right, in the last few hours. If you're wondering again what we mean by the auto-revocation list, that is talking about the The 501c3, the one that they, it's very important to the bankruptcy and everything else, which we will discuss some parts to that tonight too, if everything goes as planned. But the auto-revocation list, we are not going to go over this, but I just want to put it up on here just so you do understand what I am talking about. The auto-revocation list it's this thing. All right. Now, this is coming off the IRS's site. Again, auto-revocation. It says that they didn't fill out certain paperwork. Remember, at first, Lynette went from telling everyone they were liars and this was made up to saying they were going to contact the IRS to saying, well, so what if it happened? Who cares? Well, she's decided to put more on that today, too. So between that, I mean, it just, again, if people are making calls like that, then that's garbage, right? I did not endorse that in any way, shape, or form. I do not, however, take Lynette Preston's word on anything because she has lied so much that it's it's really hard to believe any freaking words that woman's put out there. You're back. Yes, indeed. Tell people we come back live, by the way. Again, I did not want to give you a terrible stream today. I wanted to see if we could do I had thought about it. I was like, I'm not going to do one. And I was like, yes, I am. I'm going to still do it if I can. So you tell people we're live again. We definitely, it'll cut a few hundred people out for sure, which again, that's not any of their fault. It's the fault of all this, these stupid platforms, man. I mean, some days it's just your connection. Unfortunately, you can't pause your stream link either. You can go in and try to re-enter and get it to fix that way. But sometimes, like I said, it's so weird, Yeah, remember Hale, I like that. Don't worry about the previous stream. Some people can go 8 hours with poor. I know, but it drives me nuts. Like clipping and stuff drives me nuts. So, a few people will get bad sound quality sometimes. It'll be on their end, Like you'll get people and you say, hey, if you have a problem, like refresh and see if it goes away. But if there's a lot of people reporting it, and that's my problem, and I can't stand that. Not if it's the beginning. So you took a bio break. I'm glad. I'm glad to know that. So here, remember yesterday, she started out with if I did lose it, it's not a big deal. Me and John, we can sell everything we want. We talked about that yesterday, so we're not going to cover that part. But we've had over the last few hours, we've actually had people were noting about the auto revocation. They're noted, hey, this is right here. You weren't reinstated a couple of days ago. That's garbage, is what people have been calling out. So she's been arguing with them. Like, how many times do you guys need to say it? So what? What does it change? Nothing. I can't still sell my stuff. No big deal. I just have to add anything over my reporting limit and report it. No worries. Yeah, actually, if you make your 501c3, it's probably been acting as a shield for your income, because otherwise, if you had been going and putting everything out there legitly, you've been adding it to your own totals. You know what would happen with that? It would kick you above a threshold after a while. All the money that you've brought in with the 501c3 designation lately, I'm sure it would kick you above the disability threshold. I hate that to be honest, I even hate, I hate noting that, because the typical person, I wouldn't care. I don't give a crap about you making money. If you can get yours, you can't get by on disability. I don't think anybody could. Now these people, they're making like, $3,000 or $4,000 a month. I mean, that's that ain't chump change. That's to be honest, like if you pull down $4,000 a freaking month, that's a $50,000 job is what that equals, and that's quite a bit actually. So these people are making money, but most people, you can't get by on it, So I when I talk about this, never mistake that for me. I've no love for institutions like that, but these people, they're bad. Like this is a bad person here. It acts like a bad person, bad faith character, lies all the time. It's just disgusting. So she's like, it doesn't matter. Ugh. It's just like having a yard sale or anything else. It is not having it. I'm selling personal property. No worries. You're fucking selling off stuff that you claim you don't own on your bankruptcy. This is not like having a yard sale. Oh my God. You're saying, hey, creditors, I don't have enough money to fulfill my obligations that I took out. When I asked for whatever this amount of money was, I don't have the money to pay back. And when you go out there and you flaunt it in the middle of again, your bankruptcy, I wouldn't even give a shit about that. But you brought it in as a big gotcha as part of your legal strategy. And your legal strategy, it's a bunch of bullshit. Honestly, let's just be honest. It is. You delayed a case. You did it for a reason that you now say, ain't no big deal if I go out and I lie in these reports and actually have more stuff than I reported and I sell off these things. Yes, it is. It is a big deal. It can be called out. And we keep telling you over and over again, you don't want to play like that. And if your bankruptcy lawyer is telling you that this stuff is okay, like you said, you are either not telling them right or you have an idiot for a bankruptcy lawyer. One or the other. You are either not informing them correctly of what's happening because you're like, oh, little me, I'm going to sell off a couple of things. No big deal, like selling a t-shirt or something. Or they're telling you incorrect information. Because again, you're trying to wiggle out of, first of all, your plan there is so nasty considering malicious intent. You didn't follow. You kept going with stuff. You brought in these morons who have screwed you out of money, which I find funny. To be honest, I do find it funny. Like I said, I would own them just because I would enjoy it. But don't think for a minute. I find I find all these people detestable. They're all bad people. They are. You can tell. It's like, which one's worse? Well, that's like saying what kind of weeds in your yard are worse. They're all awful. The ones with briars and stuff. Yeah, I hate them a little bit more. But you know what? I kind of dislike them all. I mean, really. Oh my God! Let me get a drink. I haven't had a Coke in a minute. I'm gonna have a Coke tonight. I want one. You know why? Because I'm like, not after that connection problem. Give me a second here. So, I just don't understand you people having to be in other people's business. Woman, you are freaking having other people's business. Here's the thought. You're trying to write off future litigation. You know who you're trying to write it off against? People that you sued and then you dropped it. It's not just Jeremy Hales. You're like, well, if they decide to sue me because I went out, I brought up malicious prosecution and then dropped it. I don't want them to sue. That ain't your business. That's you getting up in other people's business. So yeah, everyone gives a shit about what you're pulling here. And the other thing is you've been lying so much to people. So much. It blows my mind there. Ugh, blows my mind. Give me a drink here. Let me have one. Don't forget about the bankruptcy case hearing. Yeah. I'm going to bring all that up tonight. I am. I've got the filing Jeremy had. I've got it. I want to cover milquetoast today and FBI. What's funny is he's claiming, by the way, just to throw this out there, he's claiming publicly that Jeremy got his name off a 2023 filing for YouTube. And it's like, no, Dave, your name has been out there since like 2019. That's the earliest. I haven't really looked. But when you first filed with your channels, you used your real name 4 years ago. In 2021, you used your real name connected to your channel with another show, with another YouTube channel trying to promote it. I can pull all of that stuff up. In fact, I have posted it on Facebook. So you're lying and you're trying to make it look like poor innocent me got doxxed. That's not right. You put your name out there. You did. Like all these people that throw my name around, dude, I didn't give mine up. These fucking people, they doxed, they tried everything, and at this point I'm just like, fuck it. I'll take the leash off, all right. you want that version of me? Okay. I mean, that's why I love it when people complain, oh, he's so mean. Well, you should have left me where I had some consequences, asshole. Because now, I don't. But Dave's a liar, man. He's an absolute liar. And we'll cover all of that. But anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself here. So maybe I need to get some people checking into each one of you. Why don't you bring it? Why don't you bring it? Why don't you get people to check into me? Why don't you take the limited funding that you have, Michelle Preston, that where you're living in a fucking shed, where you've had your mobile domicile, where you've had it repossessed. Why don't you threaten a few more people, lady? Because there's a lot of big question marks. I have never scraped and looked for information. I've taken a lot of surface level, and then you had this army of people that really, they distracted. But I tell you, I've never really dug. I'm talking a lot, really dug. But if you're going to start threatening, we're going to look into all of you, bring it, man. Bring it. You already did that, in fact. All your clown posse, they tried it. You know what? They got elbow dropped because they're just a bunch of losers. The best thing they could do is, like for myself, they were like, oh my God, he had filed bankruptcy. That's the worst thing ever, right? Wait a minute, you're filing bankruptcy. Whoopsie. by your own standards, you're garbage, so whoops on that one, right? But maybe we need to find out what the hell you're doing that you shouldn't be, or even should be, and just post it all over the place, because maybe we have nothing better to do. You people make me sick. Absolutely make me sick. Oh, by the way, I'm gonna forget this. So I have an announcement to make. This is sad, to be honest. Well, I hate knowing this, but Shara has had an accident today, and she may require surgery. So I do not have all the details on that, but this is stated from her to give a notice of this, so she may be unresponsive for about 2 weeks. Okay, so it's apparently something to do with her knee. She had some kind of accident, but it also may have to do with her spine too. I'm not sure if she took a fall or something, but if for some reason anyone tries to reach out to her, or you're wondering if she disappeared, that's what's going on, and I'll keep you apprised on that too. With everything, but she wanted that to be known. That way people don't think that she just ghosted, but I will get more information on that, and I'll let you know, for sure. But she continued, people just want to hurt. It would hurt people. And for what purpose? It serves nothing. You deserve everything you get. I thought, again, I thought these were, they like to play the good Christian folk until, these people, all this person is telling them is, hey, you lied about your 501c3. They built an ocean of money out of people. After, again, we saw all the proof about what they tried to do. We saw the protective order bullshit. God. This soap opera has been an extensive one. We've seen it play out. So the thing that always makes me laugh is the smallest thing to set them off. You have no, people have no idea. Just being a YouTuber, you have no idea how crazy people can be. And the crazy shit you get every day. I get some crazy stuff every day, but at least once a week I get something really crazy. Like, threats. I mean, some really good stuff, but and some of them, I make fun of a few, but the really, really wild ones, these people have no idea what it's like to truly have scrutiny or what kind of things that they've caused, because they cause, look at the scrutiny that she gets for this. This is for her lying. Like, she publicly posted about it and lied about that. Now, look at what Hale had pointed at him from this entire ecosystem of weirdos. And this is fascinating too. So apparently there was the question of Stupid Dave using HG for a comic. And they said, that's very, very creepy. Why are these people using the name? And Preston responded by saying, we think it's absolutely adorable. It's a story, by the way, of an obese blob that hides off in the woods. This is what we get from the cover anyway. It's an obese blob off the internet that's hiding in the woods, filming while a little kid's there. Hold up, I got a raider coming. Give me a minute. I'm here. What are you doing, girl?
Bumblebee sunshine.
Yeah, you got your Care Bear.
What? Why does he have a son, but he's a bumblebee?
I don't know. Maybe it's just good to go. I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't know a lot about that.
Forever gives me the sunshine bumblebee bear.
Yeah, she's got her sunshine bumblebee bear. She got a Care Bear. She was saying thank you. She's running around with it. Now give me a hug and kiss. Gotta go upstairs though. I got stuff I got to talk about that's not kid friendly today. Come here.
Can I have a Coke?
No, you cannot have a Coke. You are running like a maniac.
I just want that Coke.
Now, give me a hug and kiss. Hey, wait. Give me a hug and kiss. Come here.
Bro,
I know, bro. You're acting
can I have a high five and a fist bump too?
Maybe. Give me a kiss first. Here, right on my cheek. Give me my hug first. Okay, give me what do you want? Fist bump or high five first? Which one? Let's go high five. Here, high five first. Oh yeah. Now fist bump. Boom with the buddy bump. Bam. Look at that, by the way. Oh man, look. Sneaky Sheepy sent you $2 there.
Sneaky Sheepy sounds like cat one.
Like they sneak up on you. Oh, like the Floofy Cat and Sneaky Sheepy, they would hang out.
Yeah, Floofy Cat and Sneaky Sheepy.
They sound like they would like be buddies in real life. Hey, don't knock the fence over. That's a very delicate $20,000 fence.
What?
I know. She was looking at the she was looking at the build over here, and she reached over to touch part of it, and I was like, not the fence.
It's not that many dollars. I know you glued it on you.
Glued it on? That is not glue. You've got to be kidding me. That is a $20. Look, I'm gonna pull that up for the people. We will talk about that. Gosh. Yeah, don't get too close to the mic with being loud like that. Yeah, look, that is a $20,000.
No, it's not.
What you? I mean,
no, it's not money. You can't buy the fence like that for that.
That's perfect. What are you saying?
No.
Okay, I'm gonna show some other pictures. Okay, all right. I'm gonna show people like how good this project is.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it's a very great project. Just a second here. Don't look yet. Don't look yet. Don't look. You can't look yet. Here, just a minute. I'll pull it up for everybody, okay, so they can see it too. All right. Now, if you look at that, look, we have stacked the wood outside.
No, no, we'll look at that.
What? Look at what?
The shell.
Oh no! Oh my goodness! That shell! Oh no! The turtle. Here. Oh God. That's better. Whew. Thank you for hiding that one for me. I mean, that was never there, right? Never.
No.
Hey, don't yell. You pick some on the mic.
No, I did.
I know, but don't make big loud noise. Okay. But look, I mean, it's stacked perfect.
No,
That's a. Yeah, no, that's my Home Depot. Exactly. I get that at Home Depot.
No, you didn't. You didn't.
Don't yell so loud. Okay. All right, I'll pull up another better picture. Okay. All right, you ready? You ready? This is better. This is more true to life. Okay. So, wait. Okay, that's better. Sorry. No, you never saw those either, because we're running a rescue. Okay, we're running a rescue. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, thank you. Give me 5. We're hiding our crimes. Yeah, hiding those crimes, baby. I mean, we're taking care of those. All
right. More. I think you just made it to go down.
Yeah. No, look, I had all the lumber delivered to the house. Did you know that? Yeah, look.
Anything else?
Yeah, I'm gonna show it. I'm gonna show it to you real quick. So, give me a second. So I had the lumber. Right. No, this is a lumber. Look at that.
No, look.
Yeah, that costs $100,000.
No,
yeah, and that's from Home Depot.
No, you made this yourself, though.
What are you talking about? I used I built that outside, and I took big rocks and dug giant holes and put them down in it, right?
No.
So yeah.
Yeah.
See, if I ever lied about something, I'd get exposed.
Yeah,
all right. I'm just playing with you. Give me a hug. For real, you gotta go upstairs. So. No, give me a hug. Hey, do what? Can you what?
Meow.
Can you what?
Meow, meow, meow.
I don't know what that's supposed to mean. I don't.
That means grabber.
Where'd your other grabber go? Go find it. Now I only got a few for the project, so I gave you an extra. Go find it for you though. Okay, that's yours if you find it. Hey, don't leave it on the bed up there.
I tried to find it. I was looking up it around my room.
Well, we'll go see if you can find it.
You bought that Home Depot.
Okay, I guess you got me. All right. Hey, close my door for me.
You got that Home Depot. I'll go buy it for you.
Okay.
Can I have a stick?
Huh?
Can I have one of those sticks?
One of these pieces of lumber. Here you go.
Not lumber.
Okay, you can have a piece of lumber. Take it up. Okay. Yeah.
It's not lumber. It's not lumber, Dad.
Okay.
No.
We would never be able to keep a secret with anyone. Close my door for me, okay? I might have to mute for a second because somebody's not listening to me. Give me 1 minute. Goodness. Somebody came home from their grandma's house. She was out. Remember I told y'all she was out yesterday. She came back. She is high for one today. But I thought she would have fun seeing the project. Yeah. She's supposed to be in bed. So she's just like, blah. I'm like, nope. Okay, so the thing that was bringing up before all that was the fact that they were asked about, remember they said nobody had rights to merchandise, right? Well, apparently Stupid Dave does. Like I said, I don't know if you've seen the picture, the AI creation, by the way, that they call a comic book, but it's hashtagged Super Harley. That's right, Super Harley. It's a little girl riding around. And again, there's an obese blob from the internet standing with a recorder. Totally doesn't seem like a really weird message to send, right? And they're like, well, that's adorable. And it's so great. and Harley loves Dave. And we gave him permission. Why? Why are you putting your kid in contact with these people, man? I mean, this is bizarre to me. It's all bizarre. Again, I'm not making any allegations against people. Like I don't go that way. But I'm going to say that's not good. And having them make books, again, you don't control the book. And the message there, you are sending a message that about a real life thing, and you've codified it, and you've given it to a little kid there, you know, and they'll grow up, and you're telling me that they're already. Remember the excuse about Travis was the little child was horrified by a person across the street. Now, obviously, they had been told to be horrified, right? So that tells you. It tells you it's really weird. But you're like, I'm her mother, and I think it's great. I think it's awesome. Harley sees herself as a superhero, and that's what you should feel like. Yeah, there's plenty of ways to make your kid feel like a superhero. Like for example, I do a comic book with my own child. I farm out artwork because I'm not an artist, but I control my own story. You know what I don't make that story about? I don't make that story about weird internet people and drama. You know, I actually make it about if anybody else reads it, it's an all-aged comic book about a detective and a little sidekick, you know, and now another little sidekick, you know, and it's for them. It's just about like solving, you know, mysteries and stuff. But this is bizarre to me. It is, especially with, I mean, gross, man. I don't know. Ugh. Let me see. Was there anything else I wanted to pick up off of those posts? I just thought that was a weird one there. I'm surprised she that means she lied though about the permission, because she said no one had permission to utilize the likeness. So I mean, who does? Maybe that's clarification that's needed. I noticed that she's been ghosting a lot of people's comments, by the way. You know, a lot of them. And that to me is, I think that's telling too. You know, she wants to make comments publicly. She wants to talk about this stuff, but she takes down comments about it all the time. For me, I don't have time for any kind of mess like that. You know, if there's certain things, again, in chats that come up, but I'm not taking anything down myself. And the mods know what needs to be taken down, but I don't go through every comment on the channel and trying to see, I don't know if people don't like me, I don't really care that much, just to be honest. But these people do. And I wonder how their whole thing is going to go. You know, all of this. Oh my God. They're also, I guess, 2 days ago, I had totally missed this in the Facebook realm. You had a post too from the Standing in the Truth. To those out there saying I'm begging for money on here, you're a liar. You're a liar. I work to care for tortoises and have money to care for myself and pickles. I do not beg anyone, so stop and get a life. Well, you know, you had $80,000 plus. I'm telling you, I think their 6 figures for real. I really do. And then they didn't. And she's way too calm about that. She's not the type of person to let that go. I mean, she won't let, she doesn't let a small internet perceived slight go. So do you think that she would let that go? Now, as far as milquetoast is concerned in the FBI, and this is pretty funny in my opinion, Actually, we've managed 1,800 after considering I killed the stream. That's really good. You know, I figured we wouldn't barely get anybody. We may get around 2,000 people. That's amazing. Like I said, if you want to support the channel, you want to support our endeavors here, then tell people we're alive. Hit that like button. And if you'd like to go further, you'd like to help out the channel, then consider breadstick support. And it is very much appreciated. Thank you there too. So this is Stupid Dave. Now you'll notice where he's tagging in things. He's tagging in the FBI, along with YouTube and more, of course. Now, people have been commenting, and they've been quite funny, some of the comments. But used to, the bookmark is mine. That is my mark there, just so you know. But that's what this is, so I could find it later. So if you see that little thing in the right-hand bottom corner. But 3 likes. Now, of course, we can't see it to tell that may all be him for all we know. He may have 3 freaking likes on there. But he's got a lot of comments. And the comments, like I said, they've been pretty funny. But what he's been doing is he's been telling the FBI, dear FBI, and I will read I'll be fair. I'm going to read the whole thing. Not just it. But I'm in danger, and I need help. I'm Stupid Dave of the YouTube channel Miltoast, a Wisconsin resident. Thank you for noting that you're in Wisconsin, by the way. You know, I don't remember that being put out there, but an Ohio YouTuber with over 700,000 subscribers just spelled out my full legal name during a live stream and offered $1,000 to anyone who gives him my home address. So suddenly, you dodging service, you know, again, accept service. You guys thought it was real fucking funny when when Megan Fox, you were talking about Bruce going to come to all of our houses and fuck with us. Y'all thought that was real funny. When Paint Chips was threatening to come to my fucking house, you thought that was real fucking funny, didn't you, fat boy? You thought that was all cute, didn't you? But now that you have somebody talking about serving you in a courtroom, suddenly it's all bad. It's weird how that works, isn't it? It's weird how it works. Consequences to actions, man. These people, man. I mean, what do you think? What do you think, fat man? You want me to serve you myself? Would that make you feel better? I won't blast your name all over. I'll serve you myself, though. How's that sound? I would be like, sure, Tug can serve me. They're going to serve you, dude. They're going to. They will. They 100% will serve you. Actually, you know what's going to happen? You're going to be just like Robbie. You've gone out of your way to avoid service. And if you haven't been keeping up with what's going on lately with your little swamp friend, he actually he got kind of wrecked for that one, you know, for dodging service. Judge didn't like that at all. You know why? Because it's illegal. You can't go out and cost a person a fortune. See, they bragged about this stuff. You remember that? Like, they bragged about how they were just going to financially bleed him. They're going to go online, though, and they're going to tell you that they know that they are in litigation. They've said that, but they are avoiding service. And they brag about how, you know, you're never going to find me. Nah. Oh, okay. All right. Well, this is not legal service. It's harassment and doxing. Yeah, is it now? Huh. By broadcasting a bounty to hundreds of thousands of viewers, he puts me at a serious risk of being stalked, swatted, or attacked. Huh. I've contacted the Wisconsin police. I'm sure they've done jack shit, because there is nothing in there whatsoever that is actually breaking the law. The Ohio police and the FBI. So he's contacted. Oh my God. I'm going to do a FOIA request. I'm for real. I'm letting you know right now. I'm going to do a FOIA request on you, and I'm going to listen to it. I'm going to get a good laugh out of it. I definitely want to hear that. If it exists, I will be FOIAing Wisconsin. I will be FOIAing under Dave. Again, we know who you are, Dave. We've always known who you are, Dave. That's the thing. You pretend that your real name, you didn't put it out there. And that, I mean, that's an absolute lie. That's what bothers me so bad about this stuff. Because again, you have done YouTube videos with it. You have put together Podchaser. Podchaser, you know, Podchaser, check this out. So Podchaser, 1 minute here. So Podchaser, this was set up. You can see that it was set up a while back, and it has the place, right? Milltown's Best, the podcast, right? But you notice right above it, it has people's names. I'm sure you can see that there, you know? It has the people that are responsible for it. Now, maybe I just, maybe I'm just crazy, but that's not put together. Now, you notice here too. Now, when did these episodes from this podcast go up? You notice the date here. So these dates are not older dates. These are dates that were put up in 2019. Dave's not here. Oh, Dave definitely is around. Dave's listening for sure. Can't help himself, man. It cannot help himself. Dave is it's just like Preston. You know, they deny. They say they don't listen. Like Preston the other night when we were talking about the IRS thing, right? We brought it up, and within 2 minutes, she had done on a rebuttal post. She had gone out. So there's no way she wasn't listening. You know, while we're talking about it, while it's going on. Well, like I said, within 2 minutes of the subject going up. And it's been the same thing. They listen, they get pissy about it. So they're definitely, definitely keeping up. But yeah, 2019, man. So we're not talking about his claim that he's making right now is that he was doxxed. Let me see if I've got this, because he's making this in YouTube, and it's a lie. It's an absolute lie. He's telling people here. Give me 1 minute. So he's telling them the way that they got the name was actually in 2023. But his name's been out there since 2019 that he put out there. But you can see, somebody said, Dave, a couple of things. Did you get all the info? Turn it into the AG. You know, huh? Second, seeing YouTube doesn't want to do anything. I'll file an FTC complaint. None of that's going to do shit. But he's like, well, Jeremy, he got my legal name from a copyright strike appeal I filed in 2023. No, he didn't. he probably did a freaking, again, all I had to do was a search. I ran across your name, and I didn't even realize that you were shielding it. That was the weirdest thing. I didn't realize that you were pretending that it wasn't out there. So he's pretending his real name came up there from a doxing in 2023. Like I said, I just pulled up a thing from 2019, and there are other things too. He also, weirdly enough, he's saying this, and yet months ago, he was using his real name while interviewing with Volpe. So, I mean, he uses it when he likes to. But this idea that it came from something illegitimate is garbage. He's also, you know, he's never doxed anyone. Bullshit, man. You've been involved in it before. We all know it. It's garbage. It's absolute garbage. Got another raid. Hey, kiddo, come here.
Go.
Come here. You're going to have to go to bed. Come here. Hey, you're going to have to go to bed for real.
Cock.
I know. What are you, a bird?
Cock.
Is that a bird? Come here.
Cock.
Actually, what's a cat, though?
Yeah.
All right. Kitty cat, give me a kiss.
Yeah.
All right. Now, hey, go get in your bed. You're going to have to get in your bed. Huh? Hey, we talked about getting crazy coming back from Gigi's. Yeah, we talked about that earlier today. Somebody does not want to listen, man. Hey, you got to go upstairs, girl. Go.
Yeah.
Go.
No.
If you want to stay up for a few more minutes and like read in bed or whatever, you better go up there. You're about to get in trouble. You can turn on TV for a minute. Close my door though. So funny. See, this is the thing that bothers me about Preston and them. That level, like conversation we had right there, that's about as stern as you ever. Every now, I mean, if your child is very difficult, you might have to like raise your voice. That should be the level. In 99.9% of the time, raising your voice, that should be your extreme. And hearing these people when they do that, it bothers me so badly. You know, like I said, my kids are good, you know, like she's hyper. She doesn't want to go to bed. Okay. You know, worst thing I could have to do is raise my voice, but just being a little stern, being like, hey, we talked about that, you know, that kind of stuff. That's all these people should have to do. And I hear them like scream all the time, and it bothers me. It's so bad, you know, because people, when they grow up in those situations, as you become an adult with it, you seek fulfillment, you know, you seek attention. And if you didn't get it, you don't get affection or attention in a positive way, you'll get it in a negative way. You'll always do that. You learn a lesson there, you know. And if you learn it early, oftentimes people, they'll emulate that pattern throughout their entire life. You know, seen it a lot of times. It saddens me, man. Anyway, I know I got ranting about something else there. Let's pull our thing back up. I don't know. I just, you know, there are a lot of people that seem to make excuses for that behavior and pretend that that's typical and normal. And a lot of them are people that have never had kids or dealt with them. And if they have, well, be it for the kid, I think. But anyway, let's check this out. So he says, again, all of these policies. And again, with his tag in, you know, he went again, YouTube, Team YouTube, the FBI. Now he decided he wanted to put out I'm going to call it a press release. Let's see if we can pull up this press release here. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Let's see. Wait, no. This is actually that's a picture from the scene. My bad. I got to take that down. Have it your way. I didn't know that the FBI did that kind of thing. Curb service. That's amazing. Totally amazing. FBI curb service. So we got a legal posting, which is always funny. And part of this, though, what was really funny in it too, is Dave here. He's going to tell. I'm sure he's told the police this, and this would be a lot of fun too. He told the police that as part of escalation from this, he's had 2 unauthorized hacking attempts into his Gmail. Now I'm going to tell you something, Dave, today. It's going to be really interesting. I've actually had. I'm not sure if any of you have experienced this today, if you have Gmail, but today you have a security thing that's been going off. It's a feature that goes off more, or it's been going off depending on it. It may have gone off the last couple of days for you, right? More than typical. That's because Google has been messing with your security settings. So he put up a unusual saying, look, somebody's trying to get in. So check this out. I'll show you this. So he said there's suspicious activity. Now, this could be over anything. I could sign in. My phone triggers this sometimes. If I use my desktop a lot and I suddenly use my phone, that happens. You can have these kick up from anywhere. This is not proof that anyone is trying to hack you. And in the last few days, again, they've been playing with their security features. And part of it, I've had a couple of you that send over screenshots. You know, you all obviously are people that I accept stuff from all the time. I even commented on to one of you in email. But we've had security warnings going off with that anyway. So they've been heightening something in their setup. But on top of that, these go off for anything. This proves nothing. All it's like, hey, you know, we noticed something. Again, it could be anything. It could be something, but it could be anything. And it's saying, hey, why don't you review your account? If you indeed did have somebody trying to hack your account, and it would have a location. It actually has an ISP that's attached to it. Now, again, in their in their polluted minds, I'm sure everything seems like someone coming after them, but there's no proof whatsoever that has anything to do with somebody saying that. Again, like I said, Dave, if you would prefer, I will talk to Hales, and I'll see about serving you myself. We can see if that works out. And then nobody else will know it. You know what's going to happen, man? You're going to end up with your address in a freaking in a court document. That's what's going to happen, because you're gonna mess around and goof off with it, and it's going to be you, man. And you don't have to have that, dude. You don't have to have that. But instead, you know, again, he's putting out his statements. I love it too. I love how these folks, they use their platforms just to whine and to shut down any conversation on it. A statement on Jeremy Hale. So he goes over again the $1,000 thing. He says, this is why it's doxing. Doxing is the act of publicly releasing someone's private, personally identified information without consent, often cause harassment and fear. Was your information released into the public? Like I said, it's funny. Maybe that's why you've been on your doxing high horse trying to say things. Now, yeah, you shut the fuck up when Shizzy was doxed by the person that you are, again, attempted to be. I can't say doxed. I don't know. Again, I've never followed up and been like, yo, is that actually your information? You know, so I cannot say definitively that is, but it was definitely an attempted dox. And David promoted that crazy piece of garbage over and over as they did horrible things, trying to damage people, defame, threaten. He was totally good with that. He loved it. He absolutely loved it. When Paint Chips, that again spent 4 fucking years in prison, which none of them have a problem with. None of them have a problem with introducing their audience to a fraud and a strong-arm extortionist. Okay. But when that person was taking aim at Megan Fox, no problem there. None whatsoever. All of it's okay. It's totally okay. But them talking about serving him as he dodges, that's somehow a bridge too far. He says he removed his legal name from all public platforms in 2023 because of safety concerns. Again, I just showed you that. Now, I can pull up other example. Actually, let's pull up one more. Just to note that is not true. That is absolutely not true. In fact, his name was on YouTube. You know, so for him to say, I pulled all of that down. Again, I get tired of hearing the lie to it. You know, here we have, I posted it on Facebook, we have the channel under Dave, and it talks about his podcast that came up 4 years ago. Now, that wasn't in 2023 when you took it down, because it's been up there for 4 years, man. So it's been up longer than that. So that's a lie, dude. And again, I just showed you pod chasers, all of that. All of that information is out there. You didn't take it down. These are lies. It's lies to create a victim narrative. Now, why does it matter? Because you're lying to the fucking FBI. And I can't wait to FOIA any calls. And I'm going to make sure to complain to every authority about that. I definitely will. I mean, if you're gonna play that game, especially after you backed doxers, while saying, of course, I never did anything. Guys, people disgust me, man. Now, he says, under both common sense ethics, platform policy, republishing removed private information. It's still up on your stupid freaking site. Oh my God. Your name is already there. It's already there. It's on the platform itself. It's like, he put my name on the platform. No, it's still there. Offering money, that further invades. You know why it was public before excuse fails? Oh, because consent is not forever. Man, fuck you. Fuck you people. You know, like I said, my name, I never consented to my name being put out there. I never utilized my real name. That came from Doxxer. So, but your people love using it. So don't ever play the, oh my God, they look at blah, 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 blah. Again, all Hales or anybody else, I'll make sure to send them over stacks of stuff just to show that you guys wanted to play this off as a quote unquote internet fight. That's what you all love to do. You know, when you had people pulling ye pew pew like John Cook, whom you talked about being a great guy. You put a shirt on him and everything for your channel because you thought it would be good advertisement. Right after he had pulled a pew pew on a carload of people, including an 8-year-old. You thought that was good. But hey, you wanted it to just be internet fights. Okay. Well, then that's what this is. Internet drama. You know, internet drama. Now, he's trying to quote laws, which I always love. The quoting of laws, because the quoting of laws, what he's going to find out real quick in Wisconsin, stalking, harassment, you know, these two right here, no, they won't work at all. You know why? Because stalking, they're going to shoot down and say, oh, he couldn't have done anything to you. In public harassment, prove there's a harassment. Again, you've been talking about him. You've talked about him quite a bit, in fact. And then conspiracy. You want to actually talk about third parties while you've been involved with third parties violating a protective order. That's amazing, dude. That is amazing. And then them talking about interstate stalking and threats and computer fraud and abuse. Try it, man. You know, like I said, what you'll do is you'll run into a brick wall if they ever do anything there. And it's funny because, again, I'm not reading you the whole thing because it's boring. You can tell, like, this is some chat GPT garbage. It means nothing. His follow-up, too. His follow-up, he gets on his high horse, which, again, that's got to be one hell of a soapbox, Dave. It's going to really be a very, very supportive one. But he complains, again, to fans of Jeremy Hales on what you're supporting out there. Whoops. Sorry, there's Dave Teschendorf. My bad. Didn't mean to pull that one up there. Totally. Let's pull up the right thing. Dave. So here, again, he's trying to note that the live stream is the first time that August the 10th, that's when his name came out, the bounty. And then he whines about, oh, you're defending bad behavior. Like I said, I didn't hear you take into your fucking soapbox when these people were going out and they were trying to maliciously ruin lives. You knew that she was not going to move forward. First of all, you knew who she was when she was making videos calling people part of the KKK. And and much worse. As if that could be much worse, but it was. There was actually much worse in there too. You had them crucifying Bruce. You supported, you shared all that. You were good to go with it. In fact, you were. If it would have gone along where she wouldn't have accidentally definitively proved who she was, they were going to they're going to try to use her to merchandise. I wish they kind of would have done that, because it would open one hell of a box of freaking worms up for them. I wish they would have gotten to that point, but they barely missed that one. But he knew who that was all the time. He absolutely did. He lied about it. Then again, when that same person, they decided that they were going to engage in malicious prosecution, he cheered it on, just like all these other clowns, even though knowing it's malicious, it's vexatious. He cheered on the doxing, or the attempted doxing of Shizzy, many other people. They were going to go after random people on Facebook. They cheered this stuff on. And this is just one example of many. They've been cheerleading terrible behavior. Finally, this guy, again, they're talking about serving him. He's been bragging no one can find him. He's been going on laughing about it and stuff. He's like, okay, we'll find you then. Yeah, like I said, accept service, man. It's simple. It's very simple. I'm going to show you one other thing today. Would you like to see something amazing? This, I'm going to show you the most amazing lawsuit that you've ever seen. Would you like to see it? You really want to see a good one, right? Would you like to be entertained? I may have a rater in a second again for this, but would you like to see a beautiful lawsuit? I'm going to bring this up. No, can't come down here, kiddo. You're supposed to be in bed. You're supposed to be in bed, baby. What? I can't understand what you're saying.
You know the thing that makes it on and thin?
What now?
I broke it really off. I did it too hard. I didn't like it.
What is it? You broke off what?
You know the thing that makes it on thin?
You talking about on the fan?
Yeah.
You better.
I didn't want to pop.
Turn off the regular light. Turn off the regular light on the wall, okay? So because we'll have to put that back on. It's okay. It'll come back on. But turn off the regular light, okay?
I did.
Okay. Well, you can go. You're fine. You're fine. It'll just hey, set that cord part up and I'll put it back on, okay? Just set it where I can find it so it doesn't get lost, okay?
What about a month back? Hold on.
Just put it over by the TV thing, okay? Right way I can find it, okay? Close my door. There's your ceiling fans have like a little beaded attachment. And sometimes they have an extra piece. So she pulled on it and it came off. She thought she broke it. She was like, so she admitted it. That was good. But it's just a little piece that pulls off. She just didn't know that. Got a bit. Yeah, she's she was like, oh no. All right, check this out. You'll love it. So here we have a totally amazing document. What is this? This is from the United States District Court, the District of Delusion. Oh my God. It's a Scammy McScam face and Fleesa the GoFundMe Goblin versus the bench, aka the Memorial Bench. Oh my God. They're suing the Memorial Bench because it ran off. They're also suing, look, who's this? Oh, he's a random elderly gentleman that somehow popped across. I wonder what he did. They're also going to sue Graceland, Facebook, Twitter. Oh, man. Wait. Wonder what happened here. So the complaint. Plaintiffs buying through their entirely self-appointed legal counsel, that would be also themselves, hereby complain, allege, and passively aggressively whine as follows. The nature of the action. This action arises from the tragic, unlawful, and wholly unacceptable wandering of a memorial bench that plaintiffs totally fundraised for and totally didn't pocket most of the money from. So stop asking. You stop asking. It's none of your business. Said bench intended to remain solemnly and permanently in one place, has instead embarked on a rogue cross-country vacation, posing in photographs with strangers, photobombing weddings, and humiliating plaintiffs by being tagged into tourist Instagram posts without crediting the fundraiser organizers. Oh, that is terrible. That is absolutely terrible. This lawsuit, it seeks damages, injunctive release, and public shaming of all defendants there until the bench is returned, zip tied to the ground, and forced to remember who paid for it. Allegedly. Now, as far as jurisdiction and venue, now, this court has jurisdiction under because we said so clause of the article whatever, section who cares, and because we Googled federal court looks cool. Man, that's a really good argument. I figure that's how they come up with all their arguments. The venue is proper in this district because plaintiffs reside here. Think the bench should be here too. And also because, Judge, you have a really cool haircut. That's right. Have you looked at our catfishing icons too? Baby. Factual allegations. The plaintiffs, they raised, again, this is their note, not mine, $4,289.17 via their not so GoFundMe for the memorial bench. Of that, approximately $37.45 was spent on an actual bench. The rest, of course, went to the operating costs. Now, the operating costs, if you are all wondering, that would be snacks, scratch-off lottery tickets, and one emergency purchase of, well, you got to have that bench wrangler hat, right? Got to put it on there. Yeah, I'm a bench wrangler too, baby. Now, the bench, rather than remaining respectfully immobile in a local park, before it went on its way there, it's been photographed in Times Square. You in NYC apparently holding a slice of pizza. The Mall of America. It's apparently been hiding out sometime inside of Build-A-Bear. It went to Burning Man with glitter in the rain. Outside Graceland, where tourists allegedly mistook it for a main attraction. Now, the other defendant there, Mr. Walter B. Henderson, who is a 78-year-old retiree from Florida, was caught sitting on the bench for at least 4 minutes without written consent of an official bench pass wristband. That, of course, has caused problems, and the plaintiffs, of course, they have suffered extreme emotional distress, loss of Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, and more clout, and a gnawing fear that the bench might be more popular than they are. Now, the cause of action in this, count one, bench trespass. Now, this is against the bench. The bench, it has no legal right whatsoever to run away, roam around without those handlers. Now, the plaintiffs demand that the court order that the bench, it sit still and it think about what it's done. You cannot be wandering all over. What a monster. Now, count two, elderly trespass. That would be against Mr. Henderson. Now, by sitting on the bench without authorization, defendant Henderson violated the sacred bond between scammer and ill-gotten property. That's right. There is a bond there. You cannot violate it. That's a type of tortious interference. That's what we call tortoise interference. Now, with that tortoise interference, plaintiffs demand that he be barred from approaching any public seating within 500 feet. That's right. Now, count three, false tourism. That's against Graceland. That's right. Defendant Graceland had allowed the bench to upstage the estate, causing confusion and potentially harming the Elvis brand by looking sturdier. So, of course, got to sue Graceland too. Count four, social media harassment against Facebook and Twitter. These platforms allowed strangers to post photos of the bench without requiring tags to plaintiff's GoFundMe page. Oh no, he couldn't make more money. That's sad. Plaintiffs demand retroactive tagging, 50% of all likes, and a verified badge labeling bench owners. That's right, man. Yeah, that's dangerous. Now, of course, their players believe. Wherefore, the plaintiffs pray for this court that they order the bench to return home and enter counseling. It needs counseling, What a monster. They need to fine Mr. Henderson one Werther's original per day for that unauthorized citizen. That sitting, man, that's terrible. Now, he They need to require Graceland to install a plaque reading, "Sorry, Elvis, this is about the bench now." And they need to compel Facebook and Twitter to feature the bench as their default profile picture for 1 calendar year. Also, they need to award them $10 million in damages, or they need at least 1 bench warmer with cup holders, whichever is greater. Now, they have kept up with where it's been. You can see their exhibits. Man, Exhibit A, date, time, location, observed activity, and witness note. So there's Times Square. It was wearing novelty sunglasses, balancing a hot dog on an armrest, and a tourist had said, "The bench had better posture than my boyfriend." That's pretty damning. Mall of America, inside a Build-A-Bear, assisting a child with a plush bear. Security refused to detain. They said, nope, no bench handcuffs. Don't have anything that can do that. Burning Man, again, it was covered in glitter. Hippies were chanting, "Sit with us." One witness said it even gave off emotional support energy. Graceland entrance, next to the gift shop, tourist ignoring Elvis statue. Oh, man. One visitor even said, "Is that what Elvis wrote Love Me Tender about?" Talking about the bench. They saw it on Route 66. Hitchhiking with a bench needs ride sign. Driver swore it tipped its hat even. Portland, Oregon. It was participating in yoga, the downward plank. Oh, my God. It better not get on a show with Megan. Oh, Lord. I think it would break their internet. The instructor said the bench, it excelled deeply. Now, there was spotted in Key West, drinking pina colada. What's going on? Hey. Come here. You need to get in bed for real. Come on.
But I can't get it.
Get what?
The thing that you're supposed to get, I can't find it. I was asking sisters for help.
You better go find it then. Go find it and get in bed. Go. Hey, close my door too.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah, okay, you better find it though, because if you don't, hey, if you lost that, that's not going to be good because you weren't supposed to be in there in the first place, were you? No, I put that down. I do not put that in your hair and run off with that. All right. You better go get in bed. You're gonna get in trouble.
In my bed or Mom's bed?
In your bed. I'm gonna count to 3. 1, 2, 3. And close the door too. All right, you made it. Close the door. She takes the count as a personal challenge to see if she can get up the steps. That's so funny. That's hilarious. She cracks me up with that. She's like, "I'm taking off." You hear her pause. I don't know if you can hear her like run. She's like, run. And then she's like at the back half. She's waiting for the 2 to 3. She wants to jump the stairs to prove she can get up there just in time. Oh, what a mess. It's so funny. So Exhibit 2, artist sketch of a bench in disguise. Look at this. They found oh my God. There was even an artist sketch. It was wearing a fedora, fake mustache, trench coat, crossing its legs in criminal confidence. Oh my God. Man. Look, it even opened its own social media to mock them. It's been going out and getting other people to go in too. Here is somebody from Roaming Bench Official. Just left Niagara Falls, legs soaked. #bench life. Area 51 is overrated. It wouldn't let me sit in the UFO. Shout out to Partisan Pigeons. Your aim is terrible. Oh, here's an Instagram here for bench influencer. The New Orleans BEGS is like beads, jazz, 0 questions. As long as it doesn't get aloof to a text, right? Moscow. Keeping a low profile might be in trouble. Bora Bora, do I look aquatic yet? Man, it also had some Facebook check-ins at the world's largest ball of twine. Meet someone with more knots than me. Oh my God, this stuff is good. I like it. I was playing over this earlier. I thought it was funny. I was like, it would be really funny if they sued the bench for wandering off. Oh Oh my God. I could see that happening. Just to be honest, I could see them being like, you know what? That bench has no authority. It made us look bad. And nobody is giving us any love whatsoever when it comes to all this. Let me see if I can pull up 1 second. Where is that? Give me 1 minute. I'm looking for the, gosh, they have been changing stuff on the setup here. I'm going for the last items. Give me 1 second. I'm trying to see if it removed the old. I'm trying to see if it's still got the other ones up. Judge calls out in the house. Nope, I don't think it's going to give me mine. Man, like I said, I know that some of you you had super chats from earlier. I would have read them too there, but I could not get them to pull up. And I know, like I said, I hate that. I'm going to read some super chats here, but I know other ones of you super chatted as well earlier. And like I said, I apologize for that. I can't retrieve them right this second. You know what? Did you find that thing for me? Did you find it? You better go find it, man.
I was trying. Does it want to help?
Well, go tell Sissy I told you to help. I told her to help too. Go tell her.
I was going to call you and tell her.
Oh, well, tell her.
Mom and Mom.
Well, go tell her.
Mom.
Go tell her.
Mom.
Go tell her I told her before everything. They better be in. Hey, I better be looking when I come up there.
You tell her. Color.
Oh, you go tell her. I told her.
But I won't open the door because I'll be there.
Go tell her I told you. Hey, close my door, man. She's like, you tell her no. Mopar Mama, thank you for the membership. Thank you. Welcome. Thank you for the membership. Welcome, Tix. Michelle down under. They're down hall. I thought I said down. I don't know my brain. Down hall. Don Hall. I thought it's down, man. My brain, man. Let me go. Michelle Don Hall. Thank you. Thank you. Welcome. Thank you for the membership. Welcome to Tugs. Maybe I will actually get your name right sometime in the 4 times I've tried. You know? Yeah, Lug is going to be like, oh my God. Yeah, someone is resisting bedtime. They are. They came from Gigi's. They're all hyper, you know. Yeah, thanks for the 50 there. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. Thank you for coming back. Well, thank you all for being here. And again, like I said, there were more super chats before I saw them. I can't retrieve them right now. And I hate that. Like I said, I apologize. Sailor Dark Jupiter, thanks for the 2. Glad you gave the stream a second chance. Indeed. I couldn't get the other one to fix. So I went through all the troubleshooting and wanted to see. I couldn't find, like, again, I pulled up my sound and I can loop it into my own headphones so I can hear myself, you know, talk when it comes up. And that didn't work really, you know, or do anything. It went fine. So I went through that. I went through the soundboard. I went through connections, and it just none of that. But I restarted everything, and I think when I reset, I got a better connection. You know, so I don't know, but I'm glad I got back in there. Risa, thanks for the 5 there. Yeah, you're back indeed. I'm glad I'm back too. Had fun. Puzzler. Thanks for the 10 gift dose. Thank you for that. Appreciate that. Appreciate you too, Puzzler. Thank you. Double Karma. Thanks for the 2 there. You get my other super chat. It does credit them to me. Yes, they do indeed. I just, like I said, I can't pull up the thing right now. It won't show me because in order to reset, what I did is I shut everything down. I deleted old stream, you know, and when I did, it didn't remove the super chats, but until it processes over, I can't pull them up. I may be able to pull them tomorrow, but sometimes it takes days for me to see them, you know, and by then they get mixed in with everything. But they do get credited there. And thank you for asking. You know, like I said, I wish I could note them. I hate that. Allie, thanks for the 5 there. Don't worry about the previous stream. Some people go 8 hours with poor quality audio. Indeed. Do you like the sexy toast video about? Yes, I do. I've thought about putting in. I'll have to adjust the sound a little bit, and I just haven't had a chance to do that. But yeah, I thought about throwing that in there just for a difference one day. Wheat Toast, thank you for that gifted membership there. Thank you, Wheat Toast. That is much appreciated. I'm glad to see that there. Thank you. Melissa, what's up? Your birthday's today. Well, I'll bust you out I'll bust you out a good old birthday song. Give me a second. You need that. Give me 1 second here. Just a second. I'm finding it. Here we go. Here it is.
Happy birthday from both of us to you. Happy birthday.
My input is loud. I'm gonna give you the other one. My input is really loud today. Where I readjusted. So I'm gonna give you the song. Okay, I'm gonna give you the other one because I'm gonna have to mess with my input. On my side, you don't hear it like I do, but for mine, it's increased the sound like 6 times. I was like, oh my God, I can't hear myself with it. So Melissa, I'm gonna give you the old-fashioned one, but still I'm gonna give you one. Okay. Here we go. Happy birthday. Yeah, from all of us to you. Happy birthday. May all your dreams come true. That's right. And thank you again. We've had some technicals, so got the old thing. I like that one anyway. That's my favorite one to do. That's my favorite birthday song. Wheat Toast, thank you for the gift. Oh man, thank you, my friend. I appreciate that. I always love that freaking toast too. Fallen Hero, thank you for the gift and membership as well. Thank you, Fallen Hero. Much appreciated. Appreciate you too there. Tracy, thanks for the tug. Did you get my 50? Yeah, I did. It was up there. I saw it up there. I don't know what you said on it, by the way, Tracy. Like I said, I apologize. I wish I could pull it. It credits it for sure, but it hasn't given me the thing on it. So if there was supposed to be something, again, I'm sure something was attached to it. I'm doing a begging volume problem. It was actually my input. It's where I went in and I changed my input output. Or rather, I said input. It's my output, rather. So my output has been messed with, and I messed with a bunch of other settings, to see if I could get it right. But it made it deafening in my ears. So I'm like, oh my God. But yes, I did get credit for that. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. And like I said, Tracy, if it was a question or anything, email it over and I will pull it up again and I will note it. Whatever's in it, I will for sure. Like I said, any of you that I missed, do the same thing too. And again, my sincerest apology, because you all make the show. I hate that more than anything. I like reading super. I like it because, like I said, you all directly support the show. You make it possible for me to do my thing. And when you do that, not only is it humbling, but, like I said, I love going through, and many of you have great questions with stuff. Sometimes I haven't thought about these things at all, certain ones, sometimes they change my perspective on it. So I love it. But hit me up with that. Sneaky Sheep. Caught you there. Thank you, Sneaky Sheep. Appreciate that. She liked that too. Rhea Ryan, thanks for the two. Glad you liked the Care Bear. Yeah, she liked that thing. You hear it. She really did. Thank you for that too. She really did like that. Teresa, thank you. Dropped that $5 super sticker. Thank you, Teresa. That's awesome, Teresa. Dope Karma, what's up? Thanks for the 5. Bring it on, Lisa, Leslie. Waterman, Bangor, Northern Ireland, UK, bring it on, not scared. They're not going to do anything to you at all, We talk up again. You don't even have the same legal restrictions. First of all, they're not going to get their happy asses out of the garage and deal with the cricket issue. If they can't deal with a cricket, oh my God, you want to see something really funny? Actually, you want to see something like really funny with that. So if you really so we got, give me 1 second. we got a bunch of give me 1 minute here. I'm pulling them up for you. So as far as the lawsuits that Lips has been involved in, she's put in exhibits with them, and one exhibit was actually really interesting and kind of gross too. But it gives you an idea. So all this bluster and talk about how they're going to come and get you, yeah. Well, this is one of their. This is one of their photos here. They're saying when a process server came to their home, that was so terrifying that they had to hide out in their really nasty bathroom. And this is a picture of them hiding out. Look at that. Look at this wonderful, wonderful picture. Isn't that beautiful? Are you not impressed? Look. Isn't that lovely? Yeah, how can you tell somebody's outside, I wonder? My Lord. So yeah, they ain't gonna come for you. They ain't gonna do anything. They're gonna hide in their funky ass bathrooms. Sneaky. What's up? Thanks for the fun there. Tug, look up a red lip batfish. Tell me who, man. I've seen those before. It really does look like stupidity is rife on this species. No surprise. Indeed. I agree. I've seen those before. That's funny because it really does look like it. Your daughter's adorable. Yeah, she's cute, man. Oh, let me show you something else. Let me show you something real quick. So my my oldest, by the way, made me something cool. All right, today. She told me she went quite the entrepreneur. And she was like, hey, I'm making give me 1 minute, I'll pull this up for you. Now, she said, I'm making bracelets. She calls it candy, Kandi. Which you can see on her thing, and pins, and that is a pin there. And she was like, yeah, I'm going to make you a set, and if you want, I'm taking commissions. And I was like, you are, huh? You're making commissions? Oh yeah, I'm taking commissions for my work. I was like, okay. I was like, you can put me down for a commission then. And she was like, okay. Well, when she came back from her grandma's, she had this. Look, she had made the little container right there. It's almost like a little purse. It reminds me of, it's even got the safety pins around the top. I thought that was cool. It has her thing with her candy and pins, or candy and pin service. It has a little figure saying, hi, how's it going? And I told her to make whatever. So she made me a bracelet for the thing. You can see that's mine. And the button is the thing too. I thought that was cute though. She's been making those. She's been taking her requests, So I was like, oh, those are cute. Those are really nice. I thought they were kind of awesome though. So she made me one. She was like, yeah, I'm taking new business. I was like, you are, huh? So I'm sure one day that'll wander into our live streams. They're cute though. They're great. I'm like, man, the entrepreneurial spirit too. That's great. So George, thanks for the two. What happened to Shara? Because I'm not sure exactly what happened. I think it was a fall, but I got a message to pass on. And as far as it again, she had a bad accident that may require surgery. And she could be unresponsive and taking time off for a couple of weeks there. And depending on, again, if there's more, I'll give you, but if she had hurt her knee again, and I think a fall or something, but I'm not sure. Again, that's speculation. I think that's might have been what was said, but I don't remember. But it also maybe hurt her spine. So she'll be away for a couple of weeks. So love to her again. And when I hear anything, if she doesn't update, if I hear something, I'll let it, Andre, and thanks for the two. I'm back. Yes, again. Fixing the issue. Yep. I'm telling you. I was going to work on it anyway, but you know what? I couldn't test too. I had to be live to test and see if any of the changes worked. So I had to go live again as well. And I wanted to be live. I had already prepared stuff. Hey, thanks for the 10 there. Hey, just to let you know, I'm a retired revenue agent. I'll shoot you an email so you can get my email address. You can ask questions if need be about federal law. Cool. Hit me up for sure. Do that. I appreciate it. Thank you too. Green Veggie Beast. Thanks for the fun. Need more blue tape. I know. That blue tape, man. That's how you keep things away. I know. You learn a lot about blue tape. And Rider Chick, thanks for the 5. A little happy guys. Have fun this weekend. Thank you. Also, check your email for something. I hope it makes you laugh. The girls are amazing. Thank you. I'll check it out for sure. And thank you too. I very much appreciate you. Rogue Mama, what's up? Thanks for the 2 there. He used ice cream, popsicles. I mean, a stain. Well, that's true. Actually, that those aren't popsicles. Again, that's lumber. That's a $20,000 fence. I don't know where you keep getting this popsicle thing. There's a $20,000 fence. Fairfall, thanks for the. Oh God, man, how did I miss that? Hey, Max Lab, I'll lead with the bankruptcy thing tomorrow. Okay, I appreciate it. With all the stupid, I should have thrown that. I know. I'll make my note. Thank you, man. Max Lab, I see his note there. The bankruptcy thing is actually it's the most important thing I wanted to do. I'm gonna with the interruption. I pulled that stuff and everything. I have it set in my folder, and I reset everything. I have everything pulled up on my screen. I had to reset all my stuff. So I did have a bankruptcy update. That will be tomorrow. Okay. I apologize. And again, Max Lab, apologies to you too, buddy. I know you pointed it out in a very timely fashion before, and I meant to pull it up today. And I'm glad you mentioned it right now, Max Lab. I saw that come in. I don't want to waste just throw it in at the end where a lot of people are not going to catch it. So I'll pull it out, but I'll put it as the main lead, that way, because it's a good filing. Like Hale's put in a filing, and it's good, man. It's not long, but it's a really good filing. Fair for all. Thanks for the 10 there. I think LP, Felisa, set up a scheme to hide the money until the bankruptcy's over. LP probably thinks Felisa will return the money. LOL. Well, if she thinks that, if that is indeed true, she's going to have a come to Jesus moment when she figures out. I mean, these people have been trashing her, talking about how terrible she is and how she's a liar and more publicly. So there's no way, that would be part of a scheme. Now, they may have thought, the plan is to hide it. I wouldn't be surprised by that, but something has gone wrong in the ecosystem. Something has gone terribly wrong in the ecosystem. And see, Lynette has a very fragile ego. You can tell. Like, she cannot stand for somebody just to even say like a light negative, even something that could be perceived as a negative. She can't take it. So that can't be part of the process. You know what I mean? So finding out, we'll see what the plan is, but whatever it is, it's been a mess. But I mean, I wouldn't have been surprised if there was a plan like that. 2012, thanks for the time. I saw blue tape crossing in Chattanooga today. You got to watch out for that blue tape. Actually, it's horrifying, and it's depending on how it's being utilized. It's either horrifying or it is a majestic sight. If you need salvation, it is a majestic sight. We just got a package too. So we managed to get everything from the let's see. Let me see. I'm going to use a first name. You'll know who I'm talking about. Donna. We got a box there, and we got another one. I just got it today. It just walked in. So give me 1 minute. Let's see what this is. I can't see the return. That's Donna too. That's cool, man. There's some cool stuff. I like the bear. I can just see it right off the top. That's crazy. Wow. So we'll be looking into that in a minute. I haven't looked into it or opened anything. I just, got the top open there. There's some cool stuff there. So I'll check them out for sure. And thank you. Like I said, it's awesome that there's so many just cool random little things, that they get to see, experience craft goods. I mean, it's a lot of fun, I love that. All right, let me make sure there's nothing outside here. Let me make sure I didn't miss anything. All right, I'm going to call it here. Like I said, I apologize again for the people. I hope if I pull your stuff up from the prior stream, I definitely will cover them in another stream. But if there was something in there you wanted to ask a question or whatever, or you gave something and you want, again, I love giving you all kudos for that. So if you remember it, just note it to me, note it, email it over, and I will at least give you props for it, because again, you make the show possible, and that is much appreciated. I can't say that enough. So appreciate you folks. We will do one tomorrow. Thank you. See you.